Here come the men in black, men in black. What's up, y'all? It is Monday, October 18th, not 18th, the 28th. Why am I messing up already? Trying to do too much. You guys see the agenda right here, so make sure to get that in, and then we're going right in. So, it is Red Ribbon Week. Life is a movie. Film it drug-free. So, your life is a movie. Your life has got a lot of life. And do that whole thing sober. Don't befall to those drugs and things. So I know some of your teachers will talk about these things. We might talk a little bit about those things on this video, not on this video today, but in this week. So again, it is Red Ribbon Week. Let's go. I was out on Friday, and I don't know where my video just went, but whatever it just went, I'm just gonna keep going. So, again, like I said, I was out on Friday. My daughter's basketball team, they won 100-9. Yeah, 100-9. That's my daughter straight below. All right, that's my daughter, number 3. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be telling y'all, put some respect. If you wear number 3, put some respect on that. Okay, that's the family number. But, yeah, this is her basketball team. So, they had a great time, obviously, winning. And shout out, and again, it was a scrimmage, so beginning of the preseason, so nothing too crazy. 100-9 sounds wild, though. Sounds wild. Okay, I do want to talk about this. Pickup is on Thursday for this. So, pickup is on Thursday. Halloween. The pickup is on Halloween. A couple of things for the people who ride the bus. Let me just tell you, none of this is allowed on the bus. So if you typically ride the bus and you got to pick up cakes, you need to get that arranged. That's why I'm telling you now, so that you can have time up front to get that taken care of. Number two, if you have a lot, you know what I mean, then you really need to make sure to arrange pickup, because it's probably going to be too much for you to try and carry home. So make sure that if you have a lot, again, that you arrange pickup. Now, you guys will get these probably during 7th period, so probably during 7th period on Thursday. Yes, Halloween, October 31st, you will be getting these. They'll be calling you guys up to the office so that you guys can get that figured out. Now, there's a basketball game on that day as well, and I believe it's away. So they'll call you guys up, and you guys you'll be amongst the first, because they know that y'all got to leave. So they'll make sure to get all of those things arranged for you as well. So just make sure that you're thinking like, okay, I got to get this, get the rides, get all that stuff situated. So I just want to put all that stuff up out front. Okay. So make sure no one is like, I didn't know, Mr. Farr. And I'm going to tell you again tomorrow. Okay, cool. Let's keep it pushing. We already talked about this. So, as you guys see, today is Monday, Men in Black Suit Up Against Drugs. Business Attire. Tuesday is Stay Out of the Danger Zone. So, it's Top Gun. So, red, white, and blue. Wear red, white, and blue. Wednesday is Barbie. You are Knuff, right? You are Knuff to stay away from drugs. Wear pink that day, okay? And then Thursday is Hocus Pocus. Don't let drugs put a spell on you. Wear your costume. All school regular rules apply about face painting, colored hair, all the different things. All the regular school rules. Everything needs to be appropriate no matter what day that you're wearing. So make sure that it is appropriate for school on any of the dress-up days. So school dress code still applies. All right, let's keep it pushing. There is a quiz. I talked to y'all about this last week. There is a quiz on the 30th. So I did not put it on Halloween. I didn't want it to be too crazy. So again, Thursday's an early out day, so we'll just have time enough really to take the quiz on Wednesday, and then that really will just be it. Like, we'll just take the quiz, and then boom, that will be the whole class. You know what I'm saying? Cool. It'll be a larger quiz. So I want to let y'all know it'll be a larger quiz. So the stuff on the linking literacy, the stuff that we've learned so far in the labs, also all of the vocab. And we've got a lot of vocab. There will be some math problems on there as well. So make sure that you handle that. Okay. We've been practicing those. Okay. And then you'll get a little bit more practice today. We'll practice through some problems tomorrow. And then, yeah, hopefully you should be ready to go. Okay. We will have the journal check today. Again, I will be doing a journal check today. Make sure you have all of this stuff in your agenda. Make sure you got that, and then make sure you got everything down below. Now, if for some reason you're not here, it's totally fine. Just scan everything. Just one PDF, one PDF. So again, if you're scanning on the computer, there's a little square with a little plus down on the bottom left. Just keep plussing that. Scan, plus, scan, plus, scan. So just send me one PDF for your journal check. Don't forget your agenda. and then make sure that you have all of this stuff in. All of these things are everything, most of the stuff we did last week. So we took quite a bit of notes last week on Tuesday, and then I think on Tuesday was on Wednesday and Friday. Like, we took quite a bit of notes on those 2 days. So make sure that you have all of the notes for the week, okay? Cool. And then right here, so we took this note. Let's just talk about this for a second. So again, this is just kind of like a diagram, kind of laying out some things. So there's forces, right? And forces can be split into two different things. So you got the balanced forces and the unbalanced forces. And hopefully by now you're saying, hey, if there's balanced forces, the motion of the object is not going to change. It's going to remain the same. If it's unbalanced forces, then the motion of the object is going to change. Acceleration will be caused, and hopefully you know what acceleration is. That means if it's going to either speed, like increase in speed, decrease in speed, or change direction. So you kind of see those things going on from the lab as well. Okay, again, we're just walking through these because we already walked through these, so I'm not going to go too crazy. Just want to make sure everybody's cool with them. Okay. Frame of reference. And again, frame of reference is a system that uses coordinates or background objects to establish position or to measure movement of a point in space. Now, here's the thing about a frame of reference. If you look at these three different scenarios, they're all different frames of references. So there's that first one where you're inside of a car, right? So the observer, and you're inside of one car, and you're able to see, right? Like the car coming towards you, and then you going towards the car. There's another frame of reference where you're outside of the car. This actually makes it easier for speed and motion, right? To see how fast something is going. It's much easier when you're standing outside of the car and you see cars passing, as opposed to being inside the car. Because inside the car, since you're moving at a higher velocity, it's harder to tell what is the velocity of the other car. Then you got this different frame of reference. I'm going to move myself up out the way. That different frame of reference where now, as opposed to the cars coming towards each other, now you have the two cars side by side. And when they're going side by side, it is extremely tough to see what is their speed, right? Because now the car, the person, your car are all moving at the same speed and in the same direction. So that makes it tougher to try and gauge what speed it is. So your frame of reference, right, affects how your motion is observed, right? So just wanted to put that out there. So that's what a frame of reference is. It's basically how you're able to observe something and what position you are in comparison to the things that are actually moving. All right, cool. Now, this is a big one. Scalar versus vector. So again, scalar is about speed. It's just the magnitude. How much speed? And again, magnitude is just like how much. So how big? Like an earthquake. Oh, it was 3.2 on the Richter scale. That was the magnitude of the earthquake. How big? How much force was it? Or in this case, how much speed, right? So, and then a vector, right, is this. It's the magnitude. So how much speed do we have? Also, what direction are we heading? So if we have and I think one of the examples was about dogs and heading in a certain direction. So that was giving you what we would call velocity. So velocity. So I think about vector quantity, velocity, scalar, speed. And again, speed is just how fast. Velocity is how fast and what direction we're actually heading in. Cool. So let's just go over this real quick, right? So let's just go to this first one. And again, it's about force, mass, acceleration, how they're connected to Newton's second law. So hopefully you said measured in newtons. The motion of an object is determined by the sum of the forces acting on it. If the net force is zero, the motion, its motion will not change, right? Or will change. Oh, if the net force is not zero. Sorry, I read that wrong. It's not zero. So if it's greater than zero, then its motion will change. A larger force causes a greater change in motion, right? So the more force, the more acceleration. All right, cool. So let's go to mass. Mass is measured in grams. The greater the mass of the object, the more force is required to change its motion. So again, the more force is required to change its motion, also its acceleration will go down. All right, let's talk about acceleration. So it makes a change in motion. It's either speeding up, slowing down, or changing direction. Hopefully you got all those in there. When the mass of an object increases, acceleration decreases. And when the force of an object increases, acceleration increases. And we talked all about those things with Newton's second law, right? Newton's second law. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. Scenario one, as train is resting on the track, when another train with several more cars bumps into it. So we got a train resting on track, boom, bumps into it, and then it begins to move forward at 10 meters. So again, bumps into it, and then it starts moving at 10 meters, moves forward 10 meters. This would be an example of unbalanced forces, causes the train to begin moving, causes acceleration, right? Okay, let's keep it moving over here. So a student conducts an experiment in which he drops two balls off of a table to determine the force of impact, right? The ball with the larger mass makes a bigger dent in the sand pit than the ball with the smaller mass. So some people thought this was Newton's third law, but remember Newton's third law is just equal and opposite reactions. In this case, right, Newton's second law deals with force, mass, and acceleration. So it's saying, yo, one of them had more mass, so it's going to have a greater force, right? And that's also going to up its acceleration. So it's going to hit with a greater force, okay? So this describes Newton's second law. Increasing the mass of an object increases its force. So if you look right here in the math problem, since mass and acceleration are multiplied together, if mass increases, force automatically will become larger, right? So force will become larger, just mathematically, right? Okay, cool. So a dog is chasing you at a speed, and we kind of talked about 10 meters per second to the west. That gives us speed and direction. Then we know it's velocity right there. Boom. Okay, so we just went over this whole thing. If you didn't get this turned in on Friday, make sure to get it filled out and turned in today. Yeah, that's actually really it for today. We got a little bit more. So inside of the quizzes, or inside the modules, I have put some practice stuff. So I'm going to allow time in class for people to submit this assignment. If they did not get that turned in, catch up and make up on anything. And then also there is an assignment that is quizzes. So the quizzes is required practice. You have all the way until Wednesday to get that thing done. But again, the quizzes is required study practice. So I'm like forcing you to actually study. Let me see if I can find, where is the module? Okay, so let me see if I can just find this real quick. Blat out. And then we're going to go ahead and say go to the modules. And I did just want to put this out there because I don't think I said this on this video, but on the video lessons. But I have added the lesson videos, the agenda slides, and any CERs that we do going forward. I've added playlists and things and links for them correctly, like right here. So if you need any of those, they are right there. But on for what we have for today. So the journal check number 6, if you need that, it's right there. And then there is review slides. Okay, so again, there's the review slides. If you want to look over those, this is where all the questions will come from from the quiz. So there are these review slides. I think I got to authorize. Yeah. So again, the review slides here, boom, 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 all of that. And then the required quizzes is right here. So you'll click that. And then again, open review quizzes in a new window. Bam, it'll open up, and then it'll start that situation for you. Okay, cool. Other than that, have a wonderful day. I will see you guys. Peace.